Okay guys, this episode I'm going to be talking about things you should consider before buying a project car, if buying one at all. So if you already considered getting one, there are exactly 3 things that you should really take into consideration and think about before purchasing one. And all 3 of them will kind of affect what type of project car you get also. So what are those 3 things? It's time, space, and money. You have to kind of look at it as how much time do I really have to allot to working on a car. Like my Alpha here, it's taken a while just because I don't have a lot of time. I have 2 kids, so a few days a month. Now if this car was basically a bare shell, I wouldn't even try to take it on, or if there wasn't a motor in or any of that, just because I don't have the time to do it. So when you're looking for a car, for a project one, if you don't have a ton of time to work on it, don't buy a shell or something that needs an engine, transmission, or just something like that, because you'll find out it's going to be years before you get it completed and you'll lose interest in it. So that's the time aspect of it. The space aspect is my garage is kind of small, but I don't park my cars in it anyways, so it doesn't matter. I have room for this. It's not affecting anything. If you don't really have a garage or the car sits outside, then you start losing interest in it, because if you live where it's a colder climate, wintertime can't work on it. So consider your space, and then there's all the extra parts. Say you do buy a different engine or take the engine out of it to rebuild it, it's going to take up more and more room. So you have that to consider also. And then the money, you have a budget. Say you budget 10 grand for a car, find whatever you're looking for in decent shape, without a motor. You got to budget an engine and all that kind of stuff, and just little things. Small list on this car, I didn't really have a budget for it, I was just kind of getting it anyways, but it seemed to be in pretty good shape. I mean, it just sat for 10 years or so in a field, so you wouldn't think too much is really wrong. I mean, it starts and runs, but it needs the upper and lower radiator hoses, a water pump, wires, change the engine oil, the transmission fluid, rear differential fluid, basically all the hoses underneath replaced. The parts just add up. Calipers, I was doing a seal kit thinking I'll just reseal them, like $10 a piece, and ended up being $50 because I needed to get new calipers, so there's more money. Paint jobs, if you're planning on painting the car, wrapping it, that's going to get expensive too. So even the money issue would just, whatever you budget for, plan on extra, because there's always little things that go wrong, or something's going to break, and it'll need replaced. Even if the car appears to be in good shape, if it's older or sat for a while, it will need a lot of parts. But that's about all really consider, is just your time, space, and money. Consider those 3 things, see how much time you have to work on it, how much space you have to allot to it, and how much money you want to budget, and that kind of will sum up what kind of car you get. Say you're looking at a 65 Mustang. If you want something just a shell, because you have a lot of time to work on it and a pretty decent budget, a lot of room to work, that'd be good to get. Just don't get something that is a good deal, but it has a lot of parts missing and you don't have a lot of time or the space. If you didn't have a lot of time, then you get burned out and go, I quit feel like working on it, because if you work on something once or twice a month, it's hard to stay motivated to get it running. Even though usually when you first get a project car, you'll spend a couple of days getting excited, ordering some parts, and then realize you don't have time to install the parts, and they just sit there, and then it goes in the back burner, just sits there and starts rotting like it did with the other person that had it. So just consider all 3 of those things before you buy a project car. And if you do get a project car, good luck with it, and hope the best. Hope you get it done. Hope you really enjoy driving it. I'm hoping, really, since I don't have the title of this thing yet, I've kind of not given up on it, but slowed down working, because I don't want to put a bunch of money into it if something's wrong with the title. So Mom has the title. As soon as I get it from them, though, I'm going to start working on this. So hopefully, worst case, sometime next summer I'll be driving it. If I get the title soon, though, I'm going to start doing the water pump and all the hoses and everything, because nothing's real expensive. Put some tires on it. Hopefully go for a test drive. But until then, please subscribe to the channel. I'll have more videos coming, more on this, and then hopefully a couple other decent ones I have lined up and in my mind to do. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe.